Hello folks, this is Aitanaja from inspiredtorise.com and today we are going to talk about the Panasonic Eluga Ray Max smartphone. It comes with a 5.2-inch 1080p display, Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection and has a full metallic body, 9.5mm thickness. The smartphone weighs just around 165 grams and has a IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen. You can see that the build-in finish is quite good, and this smartphone also has a 2.5D curved glass display which makes it even better to use. One of the good things that I found about this smartphone was that it has a dedicated micro SD card slot, which I really like in any smartphone, and on the bottom we have the micro USB port along with the speaker grill and the small hole for the microphone. Under the hood, the smartphone comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 430 octa-core chipset, Adreno 505 GPU, 4GB of RAM, 32GB or 64GB of internal storage, and it also has a lot of sensors like the accelerometer, proximity compass and the fingerprint sensor. I have already talked a lot in detail about the performance of this smartphone in my hands-on review for the same, but in order to summarize it up, I would like to say that it's a mid-range performer and the performance is slightly above average but not the best in class. The speaker quality was also okay, though bass was little bit lacking in the speakers and the volume output was good even to be heard in noisy conditions. The fingerprint sensor also works good and it is clickable button, so that's got you covered, and it also works as the home button. And now let's talk about the camera for this device. It comes with a 16 megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash, and it has features like touch focus, face detection, a lot of modes like HDR, etc. Also has manual modes, everything, supports video shooting up to 1080p, and the secondary camera is an 8 megapixel one with a front facing LED flash also, so that's something appreciable. The manual mode present on this camera also gives you a lot of options in order to customize it to your heart's liking. There are few other dedicated modes also, like the beauty mode, you have the presentation mode, etc. And now let's take a closer look at the images taken from the camera. I found that the detail was there, some of the images were a little bit washed out, the color reproduction was good, sharpness was good, and when you enabled the HDR mode, some of the details did look washed out, so that's something that I didn't like that much. Videos, 1080p videos taken from this camera were good. They were acceptable and the quality was certainly good for this camera, though sometimes it went a little bit focus hunting and tried to fix the autofocus, but still I found that the overall quality of the camera was appreciable and the front camera also did shoot good quality videos. One of the cons that I found about this camera was that the low light performance was not that great or up to the mark, but still this is something that is present in almost every phone out there. Arbo is the artificial intelligence feature of this phone, which is the most important selling point of this one. So you can set which applications would show you manual suggestions, and otherwise it would read up your habits and it would notice how you use your phone and then suggest you applications every time you unlock your phone, and it makes using your phone even more easy. Arbo can be useful in a lot of scenarios. For example, if you're somebody who goes to commute daily and listens to particular songs in that time period, then the Arbo application would fire up your music player at that particular time of the day, and according to the sensor data and everything, it would learn how you use your phone and better optimize it for further usage by showing you relevant apps and suggestions. It works simply every time you unlock your phone, or you can just dismiss Arbo if you don't like the suggestions or you don't want to use it at that particular point of time. And now let's talk about the gaming performance of this device. So I tested quite a few heavy games on this one, tried playing Asphalt 8 on maximum possible settings, and what I got was a really smooth gameplay. Asphalt 8 didn't lag, and I also played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and few other heavy games on this smartphone, and needless to say, none of these games lagged. With 4GB of RAM and Snapdragon 430 chipset, it was able to handle most of the games on highest possible settings. Though really heavy games, really extremely heavy games, the really latest ones, they would show you a little sign of lag, but still most of your HD games would run just fine on this one. I also tested the temperatures during my extended gaming session and found that the back heated up to 42 degrees and the front heated up to 44.5 degrees while running Asphalt 8 for more than 20 minutes or so, and that is acceptable temperature when you are already in a room that's around 34 degrees. The device comes with a 3000 mAh battery, and I feel that it is one of the weaker points of this device because a lot of other competitors have around 4000 mAh of battery which lasts you throughout the day, The 3000 mAh battery is not that much sufficient to last you throughout the day. The Eluga Ray Max was launched in March and it's available online on Flipkart for a price of 11,499 for the 32GB variant and 12,499 for the 64GB variant. For this price, I feel that this smartphone is a good one, but there are other competitors like the Redmi Note 4, the Honor 6X and a lot of other smartphones in the 12,000-13,000 region which do offer you greater performance, and in some cases they also have few other offerings that make them more lucrative. But what makes the Eluga Ray Max stand apart is the Arbo Assistant and few other features, the camera quality, etc., which can make it a good choice for anyone who's looking out for a smartphone in this price range. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome detailed tech reviews like this. The Asus ROG G752 VS review is coming soon. I took a lot of time to make it. Do hit the subscribe button and enable the notifications in order to be the first one to watch that video when it goes live. And guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise. Where do I go from here? Where